Hi everyone, my name is Ellen Parker and I'm so glad you're here today for my Quilling for Beginners tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to make a simple fall leaf that we can use to go on a card. The card that we'll end up making is going to look like this, and we will be making these leaves, and the stamp that I've used is from Great Impressions and its number is E550. So with that, I want to go over what the quilling tools are that you'll need. You'll need a slotted needle tool, which just has a little slot right here in the metal part, and I'll show you how to use that. There's also a quilling needle tool, and it's pointed. We'll use that today, but I use it for gluing. It gives lots of control over what you're doing. Then we also have the quilling board and our quilling paper. Now we'll be using 1/8 inch paper, and I will put on the screen what you're going to actually need, but the widths are different with quilling paper, and this is 1/8 inch width as opposed to this one, which is 1/4 inch. So for this project we're going to use the slotted needle tool, and you will need a ruler. You will need, in addition to the other quilling tools, you'll need tweezers and glue, any kind of quick drying craft glue. So we're going to start with the flower, or the leaf. I'll keep calling it a flower. And what you do is take your paper, your quilling paper, and you slip the end of it into the slotted quilling tool, just like that. I hope you can see it. And then you just start twirling. So you roll it, just keeping it very straight so that it doesn't get crooked on that tool. Keep it straight, and you don't want to apply too much pressure or it'll get too tight as well. The roll will be too tight. So we've got a roll now. We want to take it off, and we don't want to let go of it. We want to just slip it. I use my thumb and slip it while I hold it with the other hand. And we're going to sit it into our quilling guide so that it can uncoil there. Now we can go ahead and do the next one. For these, I like starting, I've used a variegated paper, and I'm starting with the light end and working to the dark end, and that way it just gives a little bit of color and definition to the leaf. So we've got that one rolled. Again, we're going to peel it off and slip it into the quilling board. And this way, you see, we're going to have our circles are going to be even and the same size. Okay, with the third one, and we will slip that one into the board as well. Now we start on the short ones. I have 2 of those instead of 3, and again I like to start with the light end. Oh, and one of those just jumped out on the quilling board, so once we get this, we'll see if we can fix that. Alright, we'll take this one off, and we're going to put this in the smaller circle. This one we're just going to slip it back in. There. Like that. And we have one more little one to do. So I'm just twirling it. I'm holding it with my index finger and have my thumb on one side just to try to keep the paper as even as possible. And I'm twirling with my right hand, and I twirl it towards me. Some people twirl it the other way. It really doesn't matter. This will go in the other small hole. And I'm skipping one just so my fat fingers don't knock everything out. Okay, so these are called loose circles. And what we want to do now is take one out, and I go ahead and put just a tiny spot of glue right there, and this is where your tweezers come in, because to me it's easier to bring the tweezers around and glue that together. Some people don't glue it now, but to me it's much easier if I do it right now and get that out of the way. So we're going to just do this for all 5 of the circles quickly, and because if you get too much glue on there, you can just wipe it off like that. But you want to try to make sure you do not put much glue, because it will make a mess. Okay, so we've got 3 of them. And now we're going to do the little ones. So you can see why I like this little tool for gluing, because it is very precise in where my glue goes. It doesn't take long for the glue to dry, but it does need those tweezers to really get it pressed down so it will dry. Okay, now that we've got the circles, these are loose circles and they're all made, what we're going to do now is add this, what you see in this leaf is the brown area, because we're just going to outline it and we're going to use red. So we're going to take a loose circle and we're going to put a dot of glue where we're going to, I usually start it where the other one ended, just a dot of glue there. And we're going to just wrap this circle. So the first thing is, of course, get that glued down. And wrap that circle with the red. And this is not in any special shape or anything. We're just wrapping it. And then we're going to glue it with just another dot. And again, I use my tweezers, bring it up, and make sure when you glue these down that your paper is lined up so you don't have edges that are uneven. Okay, so now we're going to do all of these just like that. A dot of glue. Okay, now that we've got all of these wrapped, we can start making our leaf. And we start that, we take the large circle, and again you see where the seam is. I like to hold it there, and we're going to make a marquee shape. So we're going to press both ends and keep the center from crushing in. So you're just going to press the ends with your fingers, just like that, on all 5 of these. Just like that. And now we're ready to put our leaf together. So we'll just let's move this out of the way. We take our glue, put a little dot, and put 2 of these together. So we're going to have, you can see the 3 large ones go at the top and the 2 small ones at the bottom. And I'm working on a craft mat, so if I get glue on the mat, it's not going to prevent me from moving my leaf. And you don't want too much glue or it will show. Now this is just a scrap of the red paper, and I'm going to stick it right in here with a little glue, just so we have a stem on our leaf. And now for the bottom. Put some on both sides and at the bottom. And push that in. And then what I like to do is just take my fingers and push those together. And there you have your fall leaf. So then I've already started my card, as you can see here, and we take the leaf, again just a little glue on the bottom, and I try to hit the tips of the leaves, and then just going to place that on our card, like so, and press it down. You can curl the tail, you can cut it shorter, just whatever you want it to look like. And these are called closed circles. And I have a piece of green that I'm just going to show you quickly how to make a closed circle. It's very, very easy. It's the same thing. Slip the paper into the slot and you curl it or twirl it. And instead of taking it off now, we're just going to take a dot of glue, put it on here, and go ahead and close it up. And then we're going to slide it off, being careful not to let that center come out. See, and I just like to press it. Then we can put a dot of glue on that. And place that on the card. So there we have the autumn leaf card with quilled leaves and with the Great Impressions stamp E550. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial, and we'll come back again for more. Thank you.